Grumpy Gits are proudly partnered with Naidex, Europe's largest disability conference.
Hello everybody and happy insert day here. I don't know when you're watching this, because I am not a stalker. What I am though is your glorious host with the most, Adam Pearson. And coming up on today's show, we go orange for AS. We talk all things TikTok with John Lloyd. Simon has shit taste in music. And we have a great new finishing segment that you're definitely going to want to stick around for. So if it was just me talking about that, it would be good, don't get me wrong, great presenter, but it wouldn't be as good as it normally is. I referenced him earlier. He is the one, the only Simon Sampson. How are you doing, Mr. Simon?
I'm old. I'm very old. As you can see, I had a birthday. Yeah.
Why is that? Why don't you just put your IQ on a balloon?
Oh, my IQ is 160.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I was a member of Mensa. Sorry. Yeah, I had a birthday party. It was my 40th. From next year, I'm counting backwards. So otherwise, it's quite good. Cake was lovely.
Fantastic. What I like about this is we're only 2 minutes in. Already started a thrash. I like it, Simon. Never change. Also joining me, he is the saucy Aussie, the thunder from down under, Mr. Duncan Casban. How's it been going?
It's been a challenging couple of weeks just with family health, but otherwise doing chipper chat. Thank you very much.
Are you a Winter Olympics guy? Duncan, you strike me as a Winter Olympics guy.
I'm clearly built for sport, so I don't like the Olympics. For me is basically 4 weeks or however long the fuck it is that is basically all the good television goes, and we have to put up with just Olympics everywhere and everyone going on about medal tallies and all that. I don't give a rat's ass. The only good thing that ever happened in the Olympics was when Australia won the speed skating because everyone fell over. That was a beautiful moment. Other than that,
Australia wins gold by default.
It was called the Miracle of Ice in Australia. It was fantastic. Everyone fell over, and the Aussie, who'd been behind the whole time, zipped past him looking more shocked than everybody else that he'd won.
Default, the two best words in the English language. And finally, standing in at 6'3" and on a weight loss journey, I hear. How are you doing, Chris Lee Smith?
I am tired. I'm pretty tired, but yes, you're right. I am on a weight loss journey. I did my first hour in the gym today, which was great. I've worked up to it, and I am now 18.5. I'm out of the 19 stone club.
Nice, congratulations! Like genuinely, I know I constantly sound like I'm in a state of mockery, but I'm genuinely proud of you, man.
Thanks, mate. I just I didn't want to turn up to Naidex looking like a giant tub of custard. So I thought, you know what, eat healthy, work out, and I should be okay. I'm sleeping better as well.
But anyway, let's start with one of my favourite segments. It's the ridiculous questions. Mr. Chris Lee Smith, lay it on me.
Okay, this week, in fact, we've got a controversial one as well. This may cause arguments, so strap yourselves in. First question, what's something you dislike but feel bad about it? I will give an example before you start. For me, it would be buses, a very essential service for the disabled and old people. But if I get stuck behind one or it pulls over and there's oncoming traffic and I can't overtake, it makes me slightly annoyed for the wrong reasons, and I do feel guilty about it. So there's your example. Let's start this week with Adam.
First of all, completely with you on buses, like fucking peasant wagons. Those pricks on cycles that deliver food that don't know what one-way signs or red and green mean.
Why'd you feel bad about that?
Well, because they're stopping someone from going hungry. they're delivering people their basic human rights on sort of like one level. But on the other hand, they're just a nuisance. They're like vermin on wheels.
Okay.
And those all got to earn a job and do the economy, as our Prime Minister would say. But they get like right on my nerves. I've got to make who orders it from a takeaway that's at the end of his road. The end of his road.
I think cyclists in general should be on that. I'm with you all the way on that.
And Elliot, if you're watching this, fucking tell me you. It's at the end of your road, Elliot.
Okay, we've got Adam.
Even I can see it from your house, and I've just about got one eye.
Let's go on to Duncan.
Electric cars. I should be passionate for them. They're better for the environment, and to be honest, it's not the cars themselves. It's the general tone of the people that drive them and the self-righteous, pious attitude that seems to ooze out. I can't drive a car that looks like a car. It's got to look like a fucking electric car because I have to let everybody know that I'm driving an electric car because I'm passionate about the environment. And
Have you got your electric car yet, Simon?
We did head over to Trent Bridge last week to have a look at the Teslas.
Okay. Well, thankfully, dodged a bullet there, Duncan. Let's move on to Simon. What's something you dislike but feel bad about it?
This is going to be so controversial, and I swear we're going to get complaints. It's the Salvation Army.
Ooh.
Oh, my man. Yes.
No. Right. What they do for charity is brilliant, and I've got nothing against that at all. Okay, and I'm one of those who always, throw a couple of quid in, when the band is playing, and I actually donate about £250 a year to the Salvation Army. Okay. However, me and Kate, my wife, we were walking around St Paul Cathedral, and they've got this state-of-the-art, multi-million-pound building next to the Millennium Bridge that goes over from the Tate to St Paul's, and I'm thinking, if I'm donating 250 quid, why the hell have you got a state-of-the-art building in central London? I know you get charity grants and so on and so forth, but the cost of it must be extortionate.
Okay. Why do you feel bad about it, though?
Because I don't want to hate the Salvation Army. I like the Salvation Army. I like what they do. But why have you got a state-of-the-art building in the centre of London when you can get it like half price in Leicester? It makes no sense.
Okay. That's a good answer. Let's move on to question 2. You've got one day left to live. How do you spend it? Again, I will add, I don't want any notebook nonsense. I cuddle my family and cry with my kids for 24 hours. I want Die Hard 4, okay? So let's start with Simon.
Tell everyone what I really think of them.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like that answer.
Yeah.
There we go.
If I'm going to die, I'm going to be honest about it. Let's have it all out. Get it out there. No regrets. Say what you think. Put it out there, and say fuck the world.
Okay, that's a great answer. Let's go to Adam next.
I would sell everything I own and use the money to pay actors just to go up to one of you. I don't know what one yet. I've not decided. But just like every day for the rest of your lives and go, wake up, none of it's real, and just walk off again.
Okay. So you'd screw with someone's mind in this group. Okay. We'll find out who that is when
I would. Well, you said you didn't want any notebook stuff.
No.
Part of me just wants. What if it's just like pure fucking? Like none of this like hugging stuff. Just straight up. Olivia Newton-John, let's get physical. What if it's just that, and maybe like one little bit of eye contact, one I love you, one I miss you, but outside of that.
Is it me, or has Adam had too much cheesecake this week?
I think he may have. Okay, this is going to be interesting. We've got some good answers so far. Duncan, you've got one day left to live. How do you spend it?
I'm going to get my will rewritten so that I can eradicate Coldplay from the face of the earth.
Okay, that's going to make sense later on for that answer. Let's move on to question 3. This is a blinder. Okay. You're in a zombie apocalypse. You're allowed to be accompanied by one other Grumpy Git. Who is it and why? Let's start with Duncan.
Oh, you fucker. You had to put me first.
It's in order.
Oh, can I choose a guest?
No, I'm afraid not. You have to choose one Grumpy Git. Why would you choose them? And who is it?
Simon.
It went straight into my head, but I'm going to let you.
I'm going to outrun him from the zombies far more easily than you guys.
I knew it was. I'm glad you said it because that's what I was thinking.
I was going to give you my answer straight before that because I was going to say Adam, because he's blind, I can outrun him because he can't see where he's going.
Okay, Adam, who are you choosing and why?
Well, point one, someone's got like a very, very, like, that's a very generous definition of outrun. Like, you can outroll me. Outrunning me, no fucking chance. Even then, it's fucking close.
If I don't go down the hill, I'm a lot quicker than you.
I'm picking you, Chris.
You're picking me.
I'm picking you. I reckon in general, you'd be less arseache. It's a zombie apocalypse. We've already got problems. Who's going to give me the least shit? And
I would ration my food. Remember, I'm on a diet, mate, so I would ration my food.
So, what did you all think? Would you go and tell everyone what you really saw of them if you knew tomorrow was it? Who would you like to have out of all of us in a zombie apocalypse? Getting me? Let us all know in the chat. Comment, answer along, and play along. Now, gentlemen, let's talk about TikTok for a second. Simon, you're 40. I'll explain. TikTok is a site where the young people do little videos of themselves doing stuff like dancing or lip syncing. That is literally what it is. I'm not even being sarcastic. Literally what it is. I saw a video yesterday of a girl just swaying rhythmically to the Bee Gees, Staying Alive, and another girl walked in every 2 seconds and they tried to keep time with each other and failed miserably. 1 million views that got. 1 million views. That's what TikTok is. It's strictly come dancing meets a short attention span. That's the only way I can describe it. So another thing I do know is it is a hateful, lonely place. But today they announced that they are enacting policies to protect their LGBTQ plus users. What do we think?
Are they doing anything to protect disabled people?
Well, and this is my gripe as well. This is what I thought of first up. And don't mishear me. I'm not saying that community doesn't need protecting because it does. And I don't want to turn oppression into some kind of competition or Hunger Games. To your point, why not do it for all the protected characteristics? I mean, you've only been able to report disability hate speech on Twitter since 2018, and they made a big summer dance about that, even though they're 23 years behind the law. And I think it's a great policy, and it's a great idea, and I'd like to see it extend to other protected characteristics. And if you're gonna do it, do it. Don't tell me you're gonna do it, and then be like, oh, it's all done by algorithms, or how do we know that that's offensive, yada, yada, yada. Because in my opinion, and guys, feel free to jump in and agree or disagree, a lot of these social media safety, protection, anti-discrimination policies are poppycock. All words, no action.
So let me get this straight. They're doing it for the LGBTQ plus society. Great. Okay.
Correct.
But there was a video the other day of a footballer kicking a cat on TikTok. So animal cruelty is still there. Disability abuse is still there. And I'm guessing racism is still there. But, if you're going to do it across the board, you've got to get it right. You can't just do it for one. You've got to do it for everyone.
I think you've got to take into account the whole bullying nature of TikTok as well. Unlike any other social media platform out there, the whole bullying and abuse thing. I mean, this whole thing with, protecting the LGBTQ plus community is really important. And I'm glad they've done it. I'm with Adam. I want to see how they're doing it, and if it's more than just, blowing wind up everyone's skirts. But the reality is that unless they're going to change the nature of the beast, if you like, it's going to continue to have this whole bullying aspect, because it's just people who are completely anonymous saying what the hell they like, because all they're going to do is get a ban and go and start another account.
I agree. I am optimistic though. While it should be a broad spectrum that they should be protecting, I am optimistic that they've stepped forward for a community.
Yeah,
and that hopefully others will follow now. So they've made one step in the right direction. I wish it would happen faster for the rest, but you know what? Good on them for doing this one. Let's hope it all carries on.
Now, given my age, I don't have TikTok, which is not surprising.
No.
But my point, okay, when Facebook is launched, or when Twitter was launched, or when TikTok was launched, how was this not included in the launch? If they knew they were potentially going to get millions of viewers and millions of hits and millions of registered users, how is this not in their portfolio, their terms and conditions, and so on and so forth? Why are they just announcing it now? It's 2022. I don't know how
reason why
TikTok is.
society doesn't, isn't it? So a disabled person goes through London. They can't get down the street. It's 2022. Why isn't it being implemented? It's the same. The disabled are the last to be thought of.
I mean, let's transition in and hone in on disability and TikTok. And a few days ago, past Adam and past Duncan, on what I like to call the 19 stone timeline, sat down with John Lloyd, who's a TikToker in the disability space. So I'm going to hand over now to past Adam and past Duncan, and we're going to get on with the interview. And as a friendly heads up, if you don't like Kesha, you're going to hate this intro. As the American scholar and academic Kesha once said, TikTok make it rock, going to blow your speakers up. 2 nights gonna fight until we see the sunlight. TikTok make it rock, oh the party don't stop. Oh 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. And speaking of TikTok segue, we are joined by TikToker and all-round awesome guy, John Lloyd. John, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thanks.
Feeling put to shame right now. John and I are roughly the same age.
21.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I've been 21 for 29 years now. It's great.
And lovely though I do, Duncan, you clearly made very different lifestyle choices.
Very different lifestyle choices. I want to know where you get the time from, John, because I sit there, how am I supposed to fit in 3 episodes of Mandalorian and go and exercise? It doesn't work.
Boy, there's always time. There's always time.
You're going to have to teach me. I need this. After Chris's revelations last episode about his weight, and he's doing something about it, you're putting me to shame in a really awkward way.
So, John, for those who aren't aware of you and your amazing campaigning work online on platforms such as TikTok, first of all, how dare they? And secondly, would you like to be your own hype man for a second and introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm John, and I started. We're talking about like the TikTok side now, or
absolutely.
Yeah, I started TikTok. It must have been about a year, just under a year ago now. But I was approached by one of my clients who I was PTing at the time, and she said to me, "You should get on TikTok." Now, I was quite popular on Facebook and Instagram at the time, anyway. And she said, "Get on TikTok. You can earn money from it." And I said to her, "How much you earn from it then?" And she said, "Nothing." So I laughed and flagged it off, sort of thing. I thought, no, well, a load of rubbish, sort of thing. But a few months after, I did actually went on the app, and it's like Pringles. Once you pop one Pringle, you got to have another one and another one. It's the same with the videos, isn't it? You go through the videos. Hey, this is funny. Well, another one, yeah. And I got hooked. On it, so I signed up, and it's carried on since.
I've seen a lot of really good stuff of you and DEEDEE. What made you decide to take it down that route? Because when you add, as someone who's been there first time, once you start incorporating disability into social media, you're setting yourself up for a lot of aggro.
When I first started TikTok, it was pretty much just me. And I used to sit in the kitchen and do lives, talk to my friends and that on there. And Dee was curious what I was doing on there. Hey, calm down. So she was curious who I was talking to. And I brought her into the live one time. And she got hooked. It became part of her social life. She liked it, even though we had so much hatred and things on there because of the fact of the problem she was facing all the time. But that drove us more, if you know what I mean? It drove us more and more and more. It was ban after ban after ban constantly. And I got to the point that TikTok itself just did not like disability people on there. And I think what proved the fact of the bans was my main account that I had on TikTok is called John Lloyd 175. And my backup accounts that I used to use with DEEDEE, I tried to keep hers separate from mine. So hers was called DEEDEE. I joined it and I used to sit here, do lives, chat to everyone during the day. I was in the kitchen while Dee was sitting in the front room. And Dee used to be curious then what I was doing. So this was a couple months later after I'd been on the app. And I introduced Dee to it. I went in the front room and me and Dee was on it. And then it became part of Dee's social life. A lot of people liked her at the time. We got a lot of hatred. So it was a bit of mixed at the time. A lot of people didn't want us on there as well, which is another problem we have. The more I introduced DEEDEE, the more we started to get banned. I'm constantly getting banned after ban after ban. And it annoyed me more than anything. But I did think that TikTok itself had a disability problem against disabled people. TikTok, I think, did not want them on there. And what gave it away was my main account was John Lloyd 175, and I set DEEDEE account up, 2 accounts up in her. Well, she's had 3 or 4, and they were called DEEDEE something else and DEEDEE something else, always linked to DEEDEE. And they were constantly being permanently banned. Every time I had an account and it was associated with DEEDEE, the account would be took down. And it frustrated me so much, and they kept making excuses saying that she was underage and things, and I kept showing them passports to prove that she was 20 every time. And I got on the last time on the last account, I showed the passport on the live, so I knew that TikTok had seen the passport because they took the account straight away, took it down. But even so, after that day, they still use the same excuse of the age. So I do think that TikTok just does not want them on there. But after all that happened, and obviously I stayed on my main account, which I use now, and Dee's always on mine account now, more and more people kept messaging me who had problems with TikTok, who are also in the same boat as me, disabled, and they kept messaging me saying it happens to them all the time. And a lot of the people that have a disability are too scared to go on TikTok because they know straight away as soon as they're on it, they're going to be banned. It drove me more and more and more to stay on the app just to keep everyone happy on there.
But how did that affect you guys? That must have had a real... I know...
Well, it hurts. It hurts big time.
Yeah.
It affected DEEDEE as well because she was hooked. It became part of her social life. Every morning she wanted to get up and she wanted to go on TikTok. And I'm trying to explain to her, look, you've been banned again. And I don't lie. I treat her the same as my other children. I've raised her exactly the same as anyone else because she's a human being just like everyone else. And so she used to get stressed out on it. And I think she couldn't understand why. But yeah, it's hard, and obviously the comments that we were getting, she can read some of them as well. She's a lot more clever than what people think, and she could read a lot of the, I don't know if they work out the symbols and signs, even the letters, and she used to be able to read it, and she'd be going like this on the live sometimes. What's been said now? So I knew if there was a bad comment, she would do this, and I could understand that she was reading it.
TikTok seems to be a very, very young audience that doesn't yet seem to have social graces, perhaps, or the fact that they're anonymous to a massive degree on TikTok, that they're not on other platforms. They feel they can get away with saying anything, and there's a bullying culture that's really strong in TikTok, in my opinion.
TikTok is the worst app I've ever been on for hatred. Like I've been popular on Facebook and Instagram. I've had my daughter, I shut the accounts down and started new ones up now, but she was always on my Facebook and Instagram, never had a problem with anyone. TikTok, totally the opposite. So much hatred every day, hatred. People fighting, telling me to get off it. Even people claiming to be like social workers, healthcare professionals, are trying to tell me they work with disabled children and she shouldn't be on there. I'm arguing back with them, saying, why shouldn't she? What's difference? What's difference is she to anyone else? Who gives you the right to say someone with a problem shouldn't be on TikTok? To me, everyone has a problem. society nowadays, and they've been trying to bring disabled people into society and accept them as one. I still think it's still back in the dark ages. A lot of people think they shouldn't be seen or heard, if you know what I mean, and they definitely haven't got a right to be on TikTok. That's how people see it. And because we've kept and we fighted and kept the count going and stayed on it, I suppose it's shown a lot more people, because we get a lot more love on there now. I think people have actually realised, hey, she's got a problem, a severe problem, but now they're starting to accept and realise she's cleverer than what they actually think she was, if you know what I mean. So they're sort of accepting her now in society, whereas before they didn't want to know her.
I think what Duncan says to about anonymity is a real thing. Like, back in the day, if you wanted to be mean to someone, if I wanted to be a dick in the playground, I'd have to go find the person, grow some balls and say it to them, and then watch their soul die right before me. And you feel this good old-fashioned emotion we call remorse. Whereas now you can write anything to anyone and send it, and it feels really victimless. And rather than feeling guilty, you're like, by the power of Grayskull. And you keep going.
Everyone gets picked on one way or another. Even I do. You know, I mean, I've got muscles, so people look at me like a freak. I mean, I get picked on. You could be the most beautiful, perfect woman or man in the world, and someone will still pick on you. It's just a site. I think TikTok is just a site for bullying.
But I do feel that there's this push that you've got to appear perfect, and you can't be on TikTok if you've got any flaws, and if you have any, you've got to hide them somehow. When did that tide turn for you? When did the popularity start to...
It's only been pretty much recently. We were doing a trend at the time, and my daughter, she had a seizure. She has seizures constantly throughout the day, and we obviously caught the seizure when we were doing a trend sort of thing, and I thought I'd post it. I started to show more and more of our life, how we live and deal with the problems that we have. I posted it. I showed it on my TikTok, so people knew how we deal with public. That's what it's like in the real world. We're like that constantly, and it shocked them. And obviously, when I've done that video, we've done that trend. I thought I'd put that on there so they can see it, and that sort of totally blew my TikTok to pieces. It sort of went global. That video went global. People started sharing it and criticising it, saying, "Gee, we were faking it, and we shouldn't have been doing this. This shouldn't have gone on there." It just absolutely went crazy, and I think that's what people liked about us as well on TikTok. Everything is just us.
You're very genuine. I saw the one you did with DEEDEE in the Focus racing rally car, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was just, I mean, awesome on so many levels, and seeing her interaction. But then I got the one before it where you were saying we were supposed to be doing this today, but it can't happen.
Guys, I've got some sad news. To go and reveal the rally car from WDE Motorsport. But Dee at that point decided to go in and out of seizure. So I've had to contact WDE Motorsport and tell them that me and DEEDEE, we're sorry, but we've had to come back.
And you were just talking to camera and just being really raw about, this is our life, this is what sometimes happens. We have seizures, and if she's not 100%, I'm not going to force her to do what she can't and doesn't want to do. So we're going to rearrange it and it will happen. And I thought I loved seeing that aspect, that you were just being really genuine about this is what your life is, and I think that resonates at some level with others.
That's life. Life is never full of roses, is it? It never goes to plan. People like it because people don't do that.
You're just you.
Just me. Yeah, I don't care. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. If someone don't like my picture, scroll past.
I really like that. I think social media, and we've sort of touched on this in our back and forth between the three of us, but we can often end up comparing our behind-the-scenes living to other people's greatest hits living. Yeah. And we can almost assume that level of posturing is how life should be. When everyone, no matter how good they look on Insta or TikTok or whatever, everyone looks like a dog in the morning.
Yeah. Not me. No, not me.
Speak for yourself. Yeah.
You're right. You don't get messy hair, do you?
Exactly. I always look perfect as I am. My beard may be everywhere, but my hair is always perfect. You know, we had Aaron Phipps on not so long ago, and he was quite happy showing off his legs. We've got a lady who lives local to me who lost a leg due to cancer, and she just wears her prosthetic with pride. There needs to be more of that, I think. And I think what you're doing by showing DEEDEE and yourself in that natural everyday life, this is what really, really happens, is doing a lot of positive.
I think automatically people look at, obviously, anyone with disability, and that's it. They don't want to see it. It shouldn't be seen, if you know what I mean, locked away. But by allowing Dee on there and showing the interaction that we have, that people realise now, hey, like this is a disabled girl, but she's the most loving person they've ever met. You know what I mean? On TikTok, we've gone so big. And they're shocked, you know what I mean? Wow, she can dance, she can stand up, she can still say a few words. And it's shocked them. I think that is the problem. Automatically, someone says a disability, they don't want to know you. They cut you off. You shouldn't be doing anything.
What's been the best moment you've had on TikTok as a result of that sea change?
I suppose my best thing that's come out of it is the fact now Dee has a social life. That's the most loving thing that I think that I could say has happened definitely with TikTok. When you look at her, the way she grew up with her friends, even at school and that, they all drift away. She's on her own, but now she's got this social media platform and she's interacting, and we have so many people fighting to come on our lives, and they do silly things. The men will dress up like women and that just to make her happy, if you know what I mean. That is the most, definitely got the best thing. We've had a few famous people on there, women that was singing on The Voice come on there. We've had a famous rapper, he's been on our live.
So John, what's next? What is the TikTok dream?
Well, obviously to keep going, because obviously the more negativity than that what we've had, it drives us more and more and more. We have to keep it going, and I want to keep it going because people out there that have got disability are looking at us, and it brightens their day up more than anything. And when we've had bands, they message me and they're really upset, if you know what I mean. They're heartbroken, so I've got to keep it going.
I've heard stories from other disabled people who use social media, or parents of disabled people, about Instagram taking down their photos of their children because they were deemed offensive or disturbing and what have you. And you never really get to talk to a human. It's all kind of algorithms and cut and paste responses.
Yeah.
And until we can cut through that and create a culture of accountability, which will then create a culture of acceptance, there's always invariably going to be issues. And no matter how small a percentage they are, I think any percent of institutional ableism on social media is too much. It's a double-edged sword. And I think the goods more than outweigh the bads. And I think as advocates for the community, it's our job to use the platforms responsibly and be that change that we want to see. As an advocate, I'm always in this constant fear of, I know the world is watching. And so I can't go on like a Jimmy Carr-esque bender on social media. Anyway, John, if people want to learn more about you or find you on the socials, where can they go?
Well, my TikTok is John Lloyd 175. My Instagram is pretty much just for fitness, the fitness side of things, and that is train _ all _ day _ long.
We'll put the links in the description so that you can find them.
Yeah.
John, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your time.
It's been an absolute pleasure being on here, so thank you guys.
We enjoy having you, man. Well. Big thanks to DEEDEE as well. I hope she's okay after earlier being a bit stressed.
I'm in the doghouse now, you know.
Blame us. Everyone else does.
And with that, I'm going to throw back to us in the future, because we don't film this in order. In 3, 2, 1, future us, take it away. Boom. And again, just to reiterate, I'd like to thank John Lloyd for giving us his time. He's a great guy with a lot on. And like he said, go and follow him, go and follow DEEDEE on TikTok. And for the love of God, be kind. It's not hard not to be a prick. I mean, I know I don't do it, but it's really easy, I've heard. So, and again, what do you think? How do you find social media and TikTok? What would you change if you could change anything? Again, bang it all down in the comments. We'd absolutely love to hear it. Coming up this month, the 25th till the 28th, some people will be going orange for AF. What does that mean? Great question. I'm now going to throw to future Chris and future Duncan, the 17-stone timeline, and we're going to hear all about it. So take it away, boys.
Okay, so we're going to interrupt quickly because coming up from the 25th of February running through to the end of February is Go Orange for AS campaign. So what we've done is we've invited a trustee from the NASS Society, or NAS, Gillean Eames, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what it's all about and why it's so important. So, Gillean, I want to find out, I mean, with NAS, how did you get involved? What was your reason for being part of this?
Well, I've actually got AS, ankylosing spondylitis, known as axial SPA. I've had it since my late 20s, early 30s, and I'm now in my late 60s. And I was in a situation some years back where I had to fight for funding for a drug that changes our lives if you've got AS and you get on these biologic drugs. And I realised people come forward asking, could they get in touch with me and help? And I realised there was a great need to campaign. And I was medically retired from local government because of my condition. And I sort of felt that I was giving something back. So campaigning and raising awareness and guiding people in the right direction, trying to get people to get earlier diagnosis is very important to me, because I've got 2 sons and it's hereditary. You know, there was a chance that one of my sons could get it. And I would like anybody newly diagnosed to get the best treatment possible, because if they got the best treatment possible and the help from the National Axial Spondyloarthritis Society, NAS, they can stay in the workplace paying their taxes.
What can you tell us about the upcoming campaign that you've got coming up, and how can people actually get involved?
Raising awareness and raising funds complement each other, because if you raise awareness, you hopefully can raise funds. If you raise funds, you're going to raise awareness. So what Go Orange is about is, for that weekend, one lady is baking cakes and she's going to ice them orange and do a cake sale, and obviously sell them. Any money raised goes to NAS. And other people who do walks and they wear their orange NAS t-shirt. Kids can do a swimming thing. There's loads of different things, but the important thing of it is the raising awareness, because I mean, I've done loads of fundraisers where people say, "Oh, what is that?" And then you start then explain. But my easy route is, I always say, go to the NAS website. So it is about raising awareness, trying to get the word out there, because there's more people in the UK with AS than there is MS and Parkinson's put together. But not many people know what AS is.
How can people get involved if they want to do this and get fundraising and raise awareness? How can they do that?
Go to the NAS website, which hopefully you can put up after or say after.
We will put all links in the description. So
right, they've got a Facebook page. They're on Twitter. Contact me on social media. My name's Gillean Eames. I don't mind, and I can point people in the right direction. It's great to get people involved, because I've raised awareness when people have come up to me and said, I think my sister-in-law's got that, you know. She's always got, you know, some of the symptoms. So apart from raising awareness, you also there could be somebody out there that's at the beginning of the journey, has not actually got diagnosed, and then can look into it, and that will get them earlier diagnosis.
Fantastic. We will put all those links in the description. Get involved. It's a fantastic cause.
Can I just say quickly some of the symptoms for people to look out for if they haven't got a diagnosis is low backache and stiffness and improvement with exercise. Right in the beginning, doctors tell you to go to bed when you've got a bad back. That's the worst thing for us. It makes it worse. So low backache, stiffness, fatigue, bowel symptoms, eyes, even inflammation, uveitis of the eyes. If you've got that continuously, then go and get it checked out. Go to your doctors and say, please, can I have blood tests or can I do x-rays? Because I think I could have axial spondyloarthritis.
Fantastic. We're going to hand back over. I want to thank you very much, Gillean, for joining us.
And thank you very much for doing this. And hopefully we can do something a bit bigger.
Absolutely right. In the meantime, we're going to head back to the main episode. Enjoy.
So there we go, 25th to the 28th of February, Go Orange for AS. Google it, get involved, happy days, we'll be getting involved, bring it on. Now, reminder, cracking new segment coming up at the end of the show, make sure you stick around for it. But in the meantime, and I'll be honest, this one's a bit of a downer. But also, I struggle to feel sympathy on this one. Simon, Coldplay? What the hell?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a Coldplay fan. Come on, you know, a lot of people are. I mean, I went to a Britney Spears concert. I mean, I regret that for the rest of my life. But anyway, so this is an interesting one, and the reason I'm raising it is because I really want to go see Coldplay, and they're playing at Wembley in a few months' time. And so I inquired about some tickets, and I thought, treat myself. And the reason for it is I've been to Wembley a number of times, and if you buy a normal ticket sitting around the ground, okay, your carer gets in free of charge, which is brilliant because I can't go by myself. Okay, but I thought on this occasion, because it's Coldplay's last tour, I really wanted to treat myself, and I wanted a really nice day out, and it is expensive. So this ticket is called the Diamond ticket. You sit in a lounge, you get a meal, you get drinks, and you can spend a few hours there. You get a car parking space, but it is £500. So if I was fully mobile and I was able to walk, it would be £500 for me. But because I've got to take a carer with me, they want to charge me £750, which I think is outrageous, because if Chris or Duncan was going to this event, who are fully abled and fully mobile, they would be charged £500. But because I'm in a wheelchair and have to take care of me, I'm getting charged an extra £250. So I contacted the press office and I contacted their customer services. And they kept, while I explained why I was calling, so I got through and I said, look, my name's Simon Sansom. I'm calling regarding this issue. I'm a journalist. And I explained the reason why I was calling. They kept me on hold for an hour and 6 minutes and never came back to me because they went into hiding. And so I haven't actually I put this on my blog, abilityaccess.blog, and I wrote the story saying that I wanted to give them every opportunity to explain why they are charging me an extra £250, which is effectively a disability tax. That's basically what it is. You're charging an extra £250 because I'm disabled. So I want to know is why you're doing this. Please come back to me. Please comment on it, because you are charging me a fortune to go and see this show, and I want to know the reason why. And I've given you plenty of opportunity to do it, and they've still not come back to me.
I mean, if you didn't already hate Coldplay, now's the time to start.
Yeah, I think you've dodged a bullet and you're just going to miss a Coldplay concert, which would be a fantastic.
I'm
not the scientist, every teardrop's a waterfall, and I think ultimately they're just going to want to fix you. But the reality is, you just dodged a bullet. You're not going to Coldplay. Spend the money on something worthwhile.
I mean, I don't think it's actually Coldplay themselves, to be honest. I think this is the regulations at Wembley Stadium. Because we've also contacted other promoters who do the tickets as well, and they've said the same thing. They can't get a carer in free of charge at concerts at Wembley Stadium for diamond or lounge tickets. So this is a practice that is ongoing by Wembley Stadium, not by the actual act. It just so happens that I wanted to go and see Coldplay, and they're charging me 50% more than everyone else.
Sorry, Coldplay. Sorry for blaming you.
Sorry, Chris Martin.
Yeah,
please
sorry.
Please give me an all-access pass.
Sorry, I'd like to apologise for those remarks, and by way of apology, I've actually written some Coldplay-inspired jokes. Number one, how would you get all the Coldplay into a car? 2 in the front, 2 in the back. There's 4 of them, so it's actually quite straightforward.
I don't know if there's something that's worse than a dad joke, but we've just witnessed it.
That's just bizarre, isn't it? Let's face it. Oh, Adam's. Oh, I mean, what are you putting that cheesecake?
That took us all to new places. That one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure I just lost brain cells listening.
You're a genius, Adam.
That is a great joke. What did you think of that joke? Let me know in the comments. No, this is a policy enacted by the state, by the venue and the promotion team, then I struggle to see how it is nothing other than a disability tax.
And how much are they losing, though? That's the thing. How much are they losing? This isn't for the entire Stephen. This isn't for the able-bodied. This is, I don't know, a handful compared to the rest of people. How much are they losing from it?
Nothing at all. They won't be losing anything whatsoever.
Silly, really.
And it goes back to exactly what we were saying about the whole TikTok thing. You know, it's the endemic ableism. We've said it so many times. Ableism is at the bottom of the list of isms that gets dealt with. It's always the last thing.
So, Wembley Stadium, if you're watching this, and if you're watching this, please send it to Grumpy Stadium, hashtag Justice for Simon, hashtag Coldplay, hashtag go on then, Justice once. And let's because Simon often says, this is going to go viral. And I'm like, probably not, mate. But genuinely, I want this one to go viral. Because if it happens to me with Bon Jovi, going to be pissed. Going to be so annoyed.
Oh, you can actually see Bon Jovi on a cruise. That's how low they've gone. Bon Jovi you can see on a cruise ship. I mean, can you imagine turning up a P&O Cruises and Bon Jovi is there?
Bon Jovi, just 100 million out.
I mean,
What? Yeah, you're right.
yeah. I mean, he's that age now, isn't he? Where he just might go of his own accord for a holiday and pack a guitar, like, just in case.
I saw Bon Jovi years ago back in Australia. It was one of the funniest things. We were right up the front, and we were next to, obviously, a couple of girls it was their first concert, and they were there with their dad. And because it was everyone was standing the whole time, so seats. But of course, you're going to sit at a Bon Jovi concert. Everyone was standing, and he sat there for the whole thing, like, just make this end, and they kind of finished, and you know the encore's coming, and they hadn't played "Living on a Prayer" yet, so it's coming, and it's like, and then they came back into the encore, and he's like, oh, thank God, yeah, and then they finished the show, still no "Living on a Prayer." And then they came back again. And they did 7 encores. And this guy was just getting more and more depressed, losing the will to live each time they came back on. You could see his life crumbling. All he wanted to do was be at home in bed. I will always love Bon Jovi for making that man's life hell for one evening.
There we go. 7 encores, which is surely 6 too many. Anyway, been hyping it the whole show. We've got a new segment. I've been told it's good. Chris, don't make me look foolish. What is our new segment?
Our new segment is called What Happens Next. I play various clips. I pause it at a certain point, and you boys have got to guess what happens next.
It's going to be so rude and so immature, isn't it?
And that's why everyone tunes in.
First clip.
We have Red Bull athlete Boris Orovec. He's doing the old swim under a frozen lake trick. Do not try this at home or in public or anywhere. Come on, Boris, you got this. Easy peasy. It's just...
What happens next?
I think he drowns.
You think he drowns? Okay.
Not that that's laughable.
I do know. I do.
Okay, Duncan, what's your guess?
I've got 2. One is that a shark appears under the ice and you see him freak out.
Okay.
The other one, that the ice cracks and the dude who's clearly struggling, balancing on top of it right now, falls through onto him.
Okay. Adam, what's your guess?
I'm with Duncan. I think that the ice breaks and the dude falls through.
Okay, let's find out.
Cold water. Why are you turning right? Stop turning right. Fuck me upside down. He's getting discombobulated or disorientated. I don't know which word is more accurate because I'm stressing out. His mate is yelling, the exit is right there. I mean, in front of you, not to the right. Don't turn right again. The bald guy goes ass over tits. Actually, I think Boris is the only one not stressed. He's like, guys, fucking chill. Here's a lifeline. I prepared earlier. I'm not a dodgy amateur. I'm a pro. I value existence on Earth. It's the best planet I've ever been to. Yeah, he's good. I'm not, but he is. His coach in short shorts says, that was a bit of a close one, Buzzer. Bit of a close one.
So he made it out on a safety string that he had attached. Next clip. What happens? Let's go with Adam.
I reckon he drops the weight on himself because there's no one there to spot him, and he's clearly like thinks he's all that. I think he drops the weight on himself.
Adam knows the gym etiquette there. Okay, let's Duncan, what do you think happens next?
I reckon he shits himself.
Okay, it's graphic. Okay, Simon, what do you think happens next?
I think his arm snaps or his bicep bursts.
Okay, let's find out.
Oh!
Simon was right.
We love you, Eamon.
Third clip.
Tomorrow we've got the nation's PE teacher, Joe Wicks, who's going to be warming us up, stopping by for enough. So have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.
What happens next?
Does she start walking on her hands?
This is a good guess. Adam, what do you think happens next?
I reckon it does the traditional wide pan of the studio that this one and do when they go up there, and she falls over.
Okay. Duncan?
I think a giant eagle swoops down and steals the slippers off her hands.
Okay, let's find out.
I really don't like him. Don't like him.
She doesn't like him. She doesn't like him. She really doesn't like him.
Wow.
Okay.
Awkward.
You ready?
Oh, this has got destination fucked written all over it.
What happens next?
Well, clearly he's going in the water.
I don't think he is. I think he nailed it. I
Nailed
reckon
what?
he bounces. I reckon he crosses the river. I reckon he lands on like a stepping stone or something, and then bunny hops again. I reckon he does a double bunny hop and makes it to the other side. I reckon he Matt Hoffmans and Dave Mirrors this shit. That's an outdated reference. I apologise.
Okay, Duncan, what do you think happens?
I think he's going to somehow do like a double flip off the front, land on his feet on the side while the bike goes in.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
Wow.
you must have seen that, Adam. You must have seen that.
I think there was a little bit of cheating going on, and he did hide it well, to be fair. But
No, he didn't. He
yeah,
told
Adam was
exactly what
right.
Well, I'm not surprised he's seen the clip before. Because he wasn't in shock.
We'll get disclosures on the next one. But yeah, that is the end of what happens next.
I didn't cheat. I just watched a lot of YouTube. And just to break the fourth wall, we tested this, and the video we tested it with was a bear grinding a fence post that then hit it in the gits. That was the tone that Chris set from the beginning for this segment. So if you're expecting some sort of like highbrow Turner Prize bullshit, then go listen to Elizabeth Day's podcast or something like that. But by this point, if you've gotten this far and haven't realised that we're not entirely certain what we're doing, then I don't know how to help you. Anyway, on that note, we have been the Grumpy Gits, the largest disability podcast on the internet that has more sponsors than Kurt Zuma. Topical podcast, what you said you wanted, what I'm giving you. More sponsors, Kurt Zuma. Can I kick it? Probably not, Kurt. Probably not. I've been Adam Pearson. This has been the Grumpy Gits. Sorry, I guess. Tune in next time, but from me, Adam Pearson, from Simon Sampson, Duncan Casman, and Chris Lee Smith, we will see you all on the next one.
The Grumpy Gits are proudly partnered with Naidex, Europe's largest disability conference.